Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to explore how the private journal of a Roman emperor, written nearly 2,000 years ago, somehow holds a practical playbook for navigating the total chaos of our modern lives.
So here's the big question, right? What can some 2,000-year-old philosophy really teach you about the traffic jam you were stuck in this morning, or that annoying email from your boss, or a project that just completely goes off the rails? Well, the answer, it turns out, is a whole lot, actually.
So, meet Marcus Aurelius. This guy was arguably the most powerful man on the planet at the time. But his private journal, which we now call Meditations, it wasn't about power or conquering nations. Nope. It was his personal guide, like a kind of mental operating system he used to deal with plagues, betrayals, and just the immense pressure of his job. And here's the key. He wasn't writing it for us. He was writing it for himself.
And that entire operating system, it's really built on four core pillars. It's best to think of them as a sequence, a system where each part builds on the last, to create this complete framework for resilience, no matter what life decides to throw at you.
First up is the absolute foundation of all Stoic practice. Seriously, if you only remember one thing from all this, make it this one. Because everything, and I mean everything, rests on this single, powerful idea.
The Stoics believed that almost all of our anxiety comes from one simple mistake. We try to control things that are fundamentally outside of our control. We burn so much energy worrying about the weather, what other people think of us, or if our big plan is going to work out perfectly. Marcus tells us to draw a hard line in the sand. Focus your energy only on what's actually in your domain, your judgments, your actions, your own character. Everything else is just noise.
And that's it. This is where real strength comes from. It's not about trying to bend the world to your will. It's about mastering your own mind. That is the one source of power that you can always, always rely on. Okay, so once you've focused on what you can control, what do you do with all the problems you can't control? Well, this second pillar offers a pretty radical new way of looking at it. You don't just face them, you actually use them. This is a total game changer. A difficult coworker isn't just an annoyance, they're your personal trainer for patience. A project that fails isn't just a setback, it's a real-world masterclass in humility and creativity. The problem right in front of you, it has the raw material you need to become better, stronger, and wiser. You don't just get through it, you grow from it. Listen closely to this line because it's everything. He's saying the very thing blocking your path isn't the end of the road, it is the new road. The act of getting over it or around it or through it, that forces you to find a strength or a path you never would have discovered otherwise. All right, so you've sorted out what you can control, and you've reframed the obstacle as an opportunity. Now what? What do you actually do? Well, the third pillar is all about action. This pillar basically asks us to stop wasting our breath on how unfair a situation is. Instead of looking outward and complaining, you turn inward and ask this one incredibly powerful question. What does this situation require of me? Maybe the answer is courage. Maybe it's patience. The goal isn't to wish the problem away, but to rise to the occasion and respond with character. I mean, how direct is that? This is a straight-up call to action. Stop talking, stop theorizing, and start doing. For the Stoics, philosophy isn't some debate club. It's a code for living. Your character is revealed not by what you say, but by what you do when things get tough. And that brings us to the final pillar, the one that really ties everything together. It's a concept the Stoics called amor fati, which translates to a love of fate. Now, this doesn't mean being passive or just giving up. It means not wasting a single ounce of energy fighting against what has already happened. The event is a reality. The past is set in stone. Fighting it is like punching a wall. The only one who gets hurt is you. By accepting it, even embracing it as part of your story, you free up all that wasted energy to focus on what really matters, what you're going to do about it now. And notice the emphasis here. This isn't just about grudgingly putting up with your reality. He says, do it with all your heart. It's about a wholehearted embrace. This is your life. These are your challenges. The goal is to engage with it all, fully and without resistance, so you can save your energy for what you can actually change. So how does this all come together? What's the end game here? What's the ultimate goal of practicing these four pillars every day?
Ultimately, these 4 pillars aren't just separate life hacks you pull out when you're in trouble. They're the blueprints. They're the instructions for building something, an inner citadel. This is your mental fortress, a place of calm and clarity and strength that you can retreat to no matter how chaotic the world outside gets. And it's the one thing that no person or event can ever take away from you. So we end right back where we started, but hopefully with a totally new perspective. That challenge, that frustration, that setback that's in your life right now, it's not just a problem, it's raw material. The question then isn't whether you'll face obstacles. You will. The only real question is, what will you build with them?